Hello, welcome to Factish. I'm Lincoln. So ever since I've come back from London, which is a tube system that's pretty much infamous for its delays, its old train cars, and its rats, I've kind of been thinking about how the MTR here works and how exactly they pulled off with so little delay. So to get to the very bottom of this, we'll have to go to the very beginning. So ever since 1979, the MTR, aka the mass transit system, has been ferrying millions and millions of Hong Kongers to and from work every single day. And the fact that they're able to do this with barely any delay, say because the MTR trains seem to arrive on time 99.9% of the time, might seem quite fantastical to people who are more or less familiar with, the sort of mass transit systems that exist in other countries. Where there are regular delays, sparse maintenance, dated infrastructure, and all this stuff is primarily due to underfunding. But if people were to assume the local Hong Kong government grants such extreme monetary benefits and subsidies to the MTR to sort of guarantee such impressive rates of efficiency and supply of operation, you would be wrong. The MTR's costs are actually fully paid for by commuter fares to a whopping 185% in terms of firebox recovery ratios. When compared to the second highest in the world, the Amsterdam's GVB doesn't even get to around 88%. So every year you will find that the MTR has consistently generated billions of Hong Kong dollars worth in profit. Now, upon hearing this, the next most natural assumption someone might make about the MTR would be on the fare prices themselves. Surely they must be rather high to sort of sustain this extreme level of profitability. But no, it's actually rather affordable. For reference, the cost of a train fare to go from one end of Hong Kong Island to the other costs around just 10 HKD, or around $2 US. However, it may be challenging for many other cities to sort of emulate the MTR's stellar successes. This is because, frankly speaking, the MTR should be thought more of in terms as a sort of really successful real estate company or property development company that also manages a mass transit system. And to understand the MTR's success, it's often far more useful to conceptualize it on those terms. The MTR is successful because the land it receives to develop its stations and the land around those stations from the government is essentially free, or comes at extremely reduced costs. And this is not just something that the government gives to the MTR as an indirect subsidy for its transport service. Rather, it's something that's fundamental to the operation of the mass transit system itself. So naturally, when the MTR has finished the construction of these new stations and lines, the land value around these projects soars. And this is land that the MTR now has rights and ownership over. And this puts the MTR at a very sort of large advantage in terms of real estate, because it is then able to invite property developers and firms to sort of lease and purchase the land from it, generating more and more profit. This is so significant that the two tallest skyscrapers in Hong Kong, the IFC and ICC, exist within such a space. So while the MTR does make a lot of money from commuter fares alone, its property development initiatives have netted it far more, billions in fact, which at the end of the day is more than enough money for the government to put back into the MTR's mass transit system and to ensure that our trains keep running on time. So that was all for today. Thank you for watching Factish, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.